So we're getting ready now for the first race of the morning. The red flag is up. All boats touch up, please. Touch up. Touch up. Hold your boats now, please. Hold your boats. Hold your boats. Stop rowing, please. Stop rowing. Touch up. Kilmac Simon Key. Right. All boats ready. They're off from the shore. Courtmac Shirley, Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing Club, Kilmac Simon Key, Galley Flash off the gate start. You have Ross Carberry out on the outside. I hand you over to Michael now as they go down the harbour for commentary.
First race in the 2026 Union Hall Championship Regatta. Taken wins from the start. It's the Galley Flash have taken up about a length over Kilmac Simon Key. We're about 3/4 of a length over Courtmac Sherry. And back fighting for the minor places, it's Ross Carberry and Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing. As we're heading down the harbour now, settling into it, it's the Galley Flash. Their lead is down to about 3/4 of a length, with another half a length back to Courtmac. Ross Carberry have moved up into fourth, and about 3/4 of a length in back to Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing. We're over halfway is now down to the first set of boys, and it's starting to close up in front. It's still the Galley Flash. Their lead is down to about 1/4 of a length, with another 1/4 of a length to Courtmac Sherry, a length to Clearwater, then back to Ross Carberry, and another half a length back to Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing. But as we're heading over the middle set of boys, it's really tightening up in front. It's still the Galley Flash, but their lead is down maybe to about, I would say, less than 2-3 feet as they're coming to the middle set of boys. They've opened up then. Clearwater back to Courtmac, and Clearwater again back to Ross Carberry, and another half a length back to Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing. I call it now as they go through. It's going to be very close. As they're coming through, yes, Kilmac Simon Key have taken up the lead by that couple of feet over the Galley Flash. Courtmac Sherry are gone through, and it looks at this stage now that it's going to be Ross Carberry and Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing going through together. So heading down towards the turn, Kilmac Simon Key are opening up. They put about a half a length down the Galley Flash on the outside. A full length to Clearwater back to Courtmac. Another length to Clearwater back to Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing and Ross Carberry neck and neck. So heading down every stroke, Kilmac Simon Key are opening up. They're after putting over a length now on the Galley Flash. About a length and a half of Clearwater back to Courtmac, and another length to Clearwater back to the two boats, Ross Carberry and Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing. Gone over halfway is now down to the turn. It's Kilmac Simon Key have just over a length of Clearwater back to the Galley Flash, about 2 lengths then back to Courtmac, and another 2 lengths back to Ross Carberry and Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing neck and neck. I'll call it when they go into the turn, but it's going to be Kilmac Simon Key well ahead of the Galley Flash. We're well ahead of Courtmac, and it looks like Ross Carberry now have some bit of a lead over Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing. But going into the turn, about 5 lengths from it now, it's Kilmac Simon Key. They're coming in, they're in and turning. The Galley are in and turning. Courtmac in and turning. In 4th place in, it's going to be Ross Carberry just ahead of Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing. Ross Carberry turning, Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing turning. But after a great turn, it looks like the veteran men from Kilmac Simon Key have opened up a substantial lead It looks like the galley flash going slightly back at this stage. We're coming to the middle set of boys. It's Kilmac Simon Key going through now. Yes, the galley have moved ahead of Courtmac. Just coming down now, it's the galley going through, it's Courtmac going through. Back then, probably 9 or 10 links, it's Rascarby and Kilmac Simon swimming and rowing. But coming into your view there, you can see the red boat of Simon Key well ahead. I see there seems to be a local Cox inside her, that's probably what has made the difference. Back in second place now, comfortably again, it's the galley flash. Courtmac seem to be slightly struggling here in the inside, but back in fourth place, gone through. It's Rascarby, and then Kilmac Simon swimming and rowing. But now as they're coming up towards Simon Key, water again from what seems to be a half-struggling Courtmac, with another 7-8 links back to Rascarby, maybe a link back to rowing. But up in front, it's Kilmac Simon Key. Second now, Galley Flash. There's going to be no fight for second place at this stage, with Courtmac third, Rascarby fourth, Kilmac Simon swimming up now towards the mic.
Thank you, Michael, for the great commentary there. Veteran men's race, Kilmac Simon Key, 4 to 5 lengths ahead of Galley Flash, Courtmac Shurry, Ross Carberry, Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing Club. Kilmac Simon Key rowing at their ease there, big long stroke coming to the line. Kilmac Simon Key going through. Then we have the Galley Flash, Courtmac Shurry, a pulley up on them here on the near side. Galley are going to hold them off. Galley coming to the line. Galley going through. Courtmac Shurry coming to the line, going through. Then we have the Ross Carberry out on the outside. Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing Club. Ross Carberry, they're coming to the line here. Going through. Then we have Kilmac Simon Swimming and Rowing Club, bringing up the rear here at the veteran men. Coming to the line, going through. That's your 10-minute hooter now for your next race. Thank you.